First of all, is Andy Muschietti even still attached? I feel like there's a lot of Batman Brave and the Bold up in the air. Like they said they were still writing the script for it. Oh, hold up, my bad, bro. Can we stop using this image for Batman Brave and the Bold? That's Dick Grayson. That is not Bat. That was a crazy point, by the way. Fuck. Stop using this image. That is Dick Grayson. Much better. But, honestly, I don't really care who gets cast as Batman in the new DC universe if they go for a new cast. I just hope they change directors. I'm sorry, Andy. I'm not your biggest fan. Let me further explain, though. When James Gunn announced his first slate, Gods and Monsters, he said there was going to be a Batman Brave and the Bold directed by Andy Muschietti. Since then, we've literally had maybe one or two updates. I still don't even think this movie's going to happen. I don't think it's going to be Batman Brave and the Bold. I do not think Andy Muschietti is going to be attached. I personally think Batman in the DC universe is up in the air. They're waiting to see what shoe drops. Because again, I go back to James Gunn's comments saying that once we have a good script for Batman, we will make it. What do you mean, James? You already announced Batman Brave and the Bold. So that means they could still be toying with the script. And with all this uncertainty and more insiders and sources starting to say that Andy Muschietti is obviously not attached to Batman Brave and the Bold, it just adds more fuel to this other fire that this could legit be our world's finest in the DCU. And wrote a damn tape where I cooked on how this could work. Listen, man, I'm not saying that the Batman, Robert Pattinson, and Matt Reeves are going to be joining the new DC universe. I'm just saying it could happen. And where there's smoke, there's fire. Outside of some personal issues that Matt Reeves has been dealing with, having a potential into the DC universe could explain why this movie took so long to write and why it's been delayed over and over and over again. And the longer James Gunn waits to confirm a DCU version of the Batman with an actual writer, director, and a good script, and a new cast member, these capes are going to be the only ones fanning those flames. I'm still 50-50 on whether or not this could actually work in the DC universe. I mean, definitely aesthetically and dynamic-wise on the surface level, the juxtaposition between their two worlds, and both David Cornsweet and Robert Pattinson interacting with each other, it could definitely work. But obviously, there's way more nuance to it than just that. But we're talking about the same studio that canceled the Batgirl movie to recoup as much money for tax purposes. Do you think they're going to actively want two different versions of Batman out in theaters? I have the answer you're looking for, and it's no. While I personally think it could work, this is a business at the end of the day. All David Zaslav cares as a suit is if these movies can make money. And guess how much money the Batman made? Damn near $800 million. And just the thought of putting these two together would generate an insane amount of hype and moolah. Plus, I'm not going to sit here and act like we can't make this version of Batman more fantastical. This is only his second year. Now, there would have to be a lot of creative liberties on Matt Reeves' side to try to make that happen. And that's really why I'm on the fence about this for, because if we have to sacrifice Matt Reeves' creative vision, then I'm not for it. But then again, it's like, well, that would only happen if they team up together in a World's Finest movie. You can still have him be a part of the DC universe and still keep this tone in his solo movies, but have him act just a little bit different when he joins ensemble teams. Plus, just watch Mickey 17. That would be Robert Pattinson showing us his more fun version of Batman. But again, I don't really care either way. I just need a Batman that moves like Arkham Batman for real. And one that has a Bat family. But that's why I never really liked Batman Brave and the Bold, because we're skipping straight to Damian. But on the other hand, we could already have Red Hood, Nightwing. Could be cool. For